Right, so we're back on Liam's Corsa SXI limited edition, sorting out the few issues. Headlights yellow, this one's the worst. Sort out the wheels and take off the sill covers and sort out that rust underneath before it gets any worse, and basically odd sections of lacquer peel. Yeah, so we'll get started by jacking it up and yeah, getting it in the air, getting access to the sill covers and the bumper at the back we got to fix as well. Yeah. That's the lock-in one, isn't it? Oh, you done all four of them?
Pretty sure it has.
Yeah, that's it then.
Okay, I started with the locking one, so I must have.
Yeah. Yeah, gotta fix that. So yeah. Yeah, just kick it there if it's not coming off. Harder. You're sure all the nuts are out? Yeah, you just need to kick it harder. Just boot it, like boot the crap out of it.
I can't do that.
So we just got the sill covers off, which was a bit of a pain in the ass, to be honest, because the rear sections are heavily glued to the rear quarters, so all that has to come off, especially when you go to put them back on. That bit's didn't turn out too bad actually. Hasn't spread down or there's no holes, so we'll just treat and sort out that top bit. But yeah, that's all the dirt that was in there. No wonder they all rot out. But otherwise, yes, okay. So this is where we're at. I took all the sill covers off, just to get to these little bits of rust. Liam's just cleaning cleaning everything down, making it nice to go back on. Now we're just gonna concentrate on the rust bubbles. There's a bit here and a bit on the sill, so we'll just gently tickle that off and then put some rust converter on it, then some etch primer.
these dust things, like dust pack.
Keep two hands on that. Just you don't have to press hard. Just let the grinder do the business.
Literally just like hold it here or something.
Yeah, just move it all around. Just get all that rust off.
What is it alright?
Nah, that's alright. It's mostly grease anyway.
What is that done then? Or? In there.
Yeah, just put it in a couple of turns and then yeah, then just spin it up and spray it. Not too close, about, you know, sort of here. About there,
Yeah,
and then
just spin it.
yeah, use the nut to spin it up. Spin it, then spray it as it spins. That's just so you can touch it.
It's been very long then.
Let me show you how to do it. Do you want to do it or you want to do it?
You do, I'm too, because I can't do this.
Why? It's easy.
Yeah, but I feel like I'm going to use the old can in order to actually...
Nah, you won't.
In order to actually cover it.
Nah.
That's not... Yeah, I would have done that.
Another quick cut. Right, so whilst I'm working on the wheels, Liam's turned his attention to the headlights. So he's just masking up just to protect the paintwork around the headlight. And then he's going to apply a bit of water, soapy water, and start with 600 and then gradually move up to 1200. So 8, 10, etc. Then we're going to use a medium cutting compound on the rotary buffer and just polish the headlights back, get rid of all the cloudiness. Now we switch to the wool pad and we're just going to buff it, get it all nice, get rid of all that residue. And then give it a final wipe. So it's at this point that we decided to get stuck into the bonnet. 4 13mm nuts. It's really easy to take off. Basically we had to go back to bare metal. All the lacquer had to come off, which ended up being quite a lot of work. And after giving it a few coats of primer, Liam is now flattening back the base coat. I'm just sanding down this high spot here where the paint dripped onto it out the can. Now Liam's just going over with some wet and dry, just smoothing it all off. Feel the weight of that, look, compared to that. There's like a lot in there, isn't there?
Totally different. It's
Definitely. Yeah. So now after just hitting that grey patch with that with the white paint just to blend it in a bit, I'm just going over now with the tack rag, just getting off any last residue, ready to actually paint. So this is the first top coat going on. And after a little adjustment, making sure that all the edges are clear, I'm going over now with the second coat. Now I'm just making sure that the panel's really nice and warm, ready for the clear coat. second coat of clear going on now.
Okay.
Now the third and final coat, really like basically using the rest of the can on it now. Nice and thick, just making sure that I don't get any runs. There we are, looking pretty good. Now just the boring part of waiting for it to dry. Leave it a good couple of hours before even attempting to put it back on. Yeah, so the caps just had these little tabs on the back, which just come off with a flathead screwdriver, and then a wire wheel, and then what was it, just a bit of sandpaper, 80 grit. Yeah, turned out, how much were they new? £107 each. No, for the set, wasn't it? £107 for the set. Yeah. And they're like new now, aren't they, pretty much? There we go, the bonnet's back on now. It's looking pretty good. Looks really nice. Just show you around the other bits. Now the cills are all back on. Wheels and the drums. Well, that's what they looked like before. Yeah. Huge difference. Yeah, same again. Before and after. What do you think of then, Liam?
I'm very pleased.
You're very pleased with it?
Looks brand new, doesn't it?
Yeah, certainly an improvement, isn't it?
Definitely.
And stop the lacquer peel getting any worse. That's the main thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
The wheels, the wheels are the biggest improvement, aren't they? I think. Well, bonnet or the wheels?
I'd say they both just look brand new, really.
Yeah.
Both just as good, aren't they?
Yeah, the bonnet's turned out really nice. You can see the difference of the lacquer colour though. It's the right colour white, but it's just, this has gone yellow over time. Yeah, but the wheels, yeah. And the centre caps, they turned out great. Yeah, loads better. Right then, so that's done. The bonnet turned out really nice. The lacquer peel on the rest of the car was a nightmare. You just have to like carefully round off the edges, try and keep it contained, and then just if it needs a bit more white, just put a bit of white on, and then the clear on top, just try and blend it in, because otherwise if you use wet and dry, water gets under it, you end up chasing it all the way around the car. So yeah, it's a bit of a nightmare. The side skirts ended up using 2mm glazing tape across the top edge of the rear section, and then a bit of expanding foam just to lock it in place. The wheels, they turned out good. Centre caps, they were new ones, are 107 quid. But basically the materials only cost that much to do the whole job. But I know I've titled it 150 quid, but that's all the sanding pads and stuff that I had that Liam didn't have to buy. The rust converter and little stuff like that. So yeah, you can do it for 150 quid easy. Yeah, basically it took, from the start of the video when we started, that was 2 weeks ago, and we finished it yesterday, so that was basically waiting around on paint. We ordered it off eBay because you get the paint that we got from the paint shop was alright, but it didn't last long and we didn't have enough to do the bonnet. So we ordered another one off eBay, and that tin did the whole lot, and there was still some left over. So yeah, and so yeah, that was 2 weeks ago, so it took nearly 2 weeks, and it was basically 3 days work, which seems a lot, but if you want to do a half decent job, that's how long it's going to take. I think the best thing was the spray booth that we had set up, because yeah, it was a bit hit and miss with the weather, and that worked out lovely. So yeah, I'll just pack this away, and then yeah, so yeah, that worked out really well. So yeah, that's about it. Like and subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye.